Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, your big dog, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, All-Pro, record-breaking cornerback, and 50 interceptions in 10 seasons. Make sure y'all never forget that. What's up, baby? Thursday night vibes, man. Thursday night vibes, and welcome my co-host, 2-3.
What's up? What's up,
man? How y'all doing out there tonight, man? We got a few things to cover tonight, man. We're going to get into a little Shannon Sharpe. You know, I always got to give it to Shannon Sharpe. We're going to talk about some of the Dallas Cowboys players, Trayvon Diggs. You know, we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers, what he got going on. And, yeah, we're going to have some fun tonight. OKC and Pacers are going at it right now, going down to the wire. It's 110 to 109 currently with 22 seconds left. Man. I got OKC to sweep the Pacers, man, but we're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see, man. How y'all doing out there tonight, man? What's up, Tamarcus? Yeah, man, how you doing, man? Rodgers got to go. I feel you on that. Malik, right, how y'all doing? Yo, y'all know how we do Lauderdale, wherever you're from. Yo, throw them up, man. Throw them up. Represent where you coming from, man. We got a lot to discuss tonight, man. We got a lot to get into. Yeah, so what we got first? 2-3 G's, what we got first, baby? Let's get into this thing.
The biggest football news of the day, Aaron Rodgers finally committed to a team after a long offseason, and it's to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. We got to know, how you feeling about this, man?
This guy, man, Aaron Rodgers, the mystery of the NFL, just like he likes it, man. This guy's a weirdo in my eyes, man. But it's just another big name, man, another big name. Used to be elite player signing with another team, giving them false hope that he will lead them to the playoffs. That's all this is. Let's be real, man. Let's be real. Aaron Rodgers isn't a championship contender type quarterback anymore, man. His biggest asset is his ability to cause drama and be controversial, man, to whatever team he plays for, right?
Right. Man,
he is the best option for the Steelers at this point, but that's all. That's all he is, the best option. I don't see a desire in Aaron Rodgers to win, man. The past 2-3 seasons, even when his last season in Green Bay, I don't see a desire in this guy to win, man. And then after that injury with the Jets, give it up. What you think, man? How you feel?
Man, listen, Aaron Rodgers, first of all, Aaron Rodgers wasted their time. Like waiting all this time, I don't know. They probably already knew Aaron Rodgers was gonna come, but even I feel like they moved differently in the draft, just waiting on Aaron Rodgers. He wasted a lot of
draft, free agency as well.
Yeah, like they wasted a lot of time waiting on this guy to come through. Now he's on the team, and I don't know if he can even get along with Mike Tomlin because a lot of the speculation is he got the last coach fired over at the Jets. And now he here at Mike Tomlin not playing that, you know what I mean? Like Mike Tomlin go put his foot down, but Aaron Rodgers think he the boss of everything. So I don't know how this is gonna work out. I know one thing I do predict. I don't think Steelers is gonna make the playoffs. I think this is gonna be Mike Tomlin first. I think this is gonna be Mike Tomlin first season not making the playoffs.
Of course. Shout out to Central Florida in the building. Malik, what they do, baby? Yeah, man. I don't know if you're from Orange County or where, but Central Florida in the building. But another point with Aaron Rodgers, man, another point is, you know, I don't see enough talent at the receiver position on this team. You know, they got DK Metcalf, right? He can get the job done, but he isn't one of those receivers who quick enough to avoid the jam. He gets jammed up a lot at the line. But yeah, he's fast, but he takes a while to build up his speed, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He lacks that sudden quickness like the Deshaun Jacksons, Tyreek Hills. Tyreek Hill is obviously another level, but he is a big target, and Aaron Rodgers can, use him to place balls accurately, maybe back shoulder fades and things like that. But they don't have talent at receiving. The other receiver is Robert Woods. He's the second best receiver on the team. This is going in his 12th, 13th season. So I definitely don't expect much from Rodgers and Pittsburgh Steelers. They got rid of George Pickens, George Pickens, whatever his name is. And yeah, man, it's going to be horrible for the doggone. Oh, man, the Pacers were 111 to 110. Oh,
they took the lead? They took the lead?
3 seconds up. 0
they
seconds
took the lead?
Oh, man, they took the lead. It's about
yo.
Man, that's the funny thing about basketball, man. Hey,
You
you could
thought it
be
was
winning
over.
all the way down to the last 2 minutes of the game. You could have a 6-point lead, 7-point lead, but you have to close games out in basketball. You cannot let up. You got to keep that pressure on, man. If y'all ain't know, I'm the basketball star for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Aaron Rodgers, man, there's no talent on that team. I see him giving up early. I see Aaron Rodgers, man, by week 8. I see by week 8 him causing a lot
He
of
done.
drama and a lot of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, if you look at Jets offense from last year, they had a pretty good offense. They had like 2 good wide receivers with Garrett Wilson, and then Devontae Adams came on there. He had a good running backs back there, man. He had a nice tight end, man. They actually had an offense last year, and they still couldn't score points. So you got a worse offense this year. How can they score? I don't know. With Aaron Rodgers at the helm, man. I don't know. I just don't see it.
Well, to give Aaron Rodgers the benefit of the doubt, man, we all know he was hurt, coming off an injury, coming back that second season, but it's still not an excuse in the NFL. And who knows if he can bounce back, period, from this injury. But at the end of the day, this is a one and done thing for the Steelers, right? It's kind of like an experiment. They're signing him to hopefully just stay competitive this season and not look crazy, because he is the best option. You know what I mean? But by week 8, how Aaron Rodgers' character is, he will be destroying the culture over there in Pittsburgh and killing the camaraderie amongst the team. You know what I mean? His teammates will be turned off by his weird vibes. Like I say, he will be turned off. Central Florida in the building. 352. Is that Gainesville? Shout out to Malik. Oh, is that Malik? Malik. But what y'all think about Aaron Rodgers, man? Is Aaron Rodgers, is this thing going to work out for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is he going to come in, play competitive, be a competitive teammate, be a good, wholesome teammate, a leader for these young men? And obviously, at the end of the day, is he going to adapt to the culture at the Steelers?
They haven't had a quarterback since Big Ben, man. And I know you went up against Big Ben. I know you got some situation when it goes Big Ben. Was Big Ben really like that?
Yeah, Big Ben was really like that, man. Big Ben, he was a fierce competitor. Man, he could sling that ball. One thing I always tell everybody about Big Ben, man, when I played against him, he was one of those quarterbacks I had to watch out for. If y'all see me on the screen, it's not and not just listening on the podcast. He takes a long wind up to throw the ball, but he pumps the ball, and then he can still hold it when he pumps it. Boom, and then that's going to make the cornerback obviously have to jump on the route. Where everybody else, when they're pumping, they're holding 2 hands on the ball. They can't really pump it and give that throwing motion like Big Ben. So that would make you jump the route. You know what I mean? But hey, they was how many games they won last season? 6, maybe 8. I don't see them doing no better than that.
Yeah, they still made the playoffs last year. So I think they like 9 games or something like that.
They made it to the playoffs?
Yeah, they lost to the Ravens first round.
Yeah.
They've been to the playoffs like every year with Mike Tomlin losing the first round. Yeah. So I think this the year they don't make it at all.
But I'm sure that it was a wild card or something. Something was going on. But yeah, Mike Tomlin, he always have a good team, a pretty decent, well-coached team. They always play Pittsburgh still a defense over there. When you have a good defense, you always have a chance to win. That's the name of the game in NFL. A lot of people or a lot of coaches don't really understand, especially the offensive-minded coaches. They want to go by stats and the things they see. But yeah, man, we'll see how this goes, man. I'm telling you, by week 8, if not before, those weird vibes that Aaron Rodgers gives off is going to really turn them players off in Pittsburgh. And we'll see. Mike Tomlin is known to handle these situations pretty good. So let's see how this pan out. What we got next, brother? What we got next?
Man,
how we
listen.
doing out there? Hold on. Before we start the next, let me show y'all, man. Hey, right here, Saratoga, baby. Wifey, bring that home. Hey, I gotta start practicing for when these sponsorships come in, because they're coming in soon. I gotta perfect my craft. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all bring them on in. Wifey, pick them up from Costco when they on sale. Buy one, get one free. It goes down so smooth, baby. Spring water, Saratoga.
Refreshing.
Refreshing.
Man,
What we got next? What we got next?
We gotta take it to America team, man. You know, there's always something going on with America's team. We talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man. We got Trayvon Diggs. He's in danger of losing $500,000 out of his base salary for not participating in the offseason program. Now, with his contract, he has to participate in 85% of the all-season program, and he's opted out to rehab in a Miami facility other than in Dallas at the Big Star.
Man, shout out to my Facebook community tapping in, man. Shout out to everybody tapping in. Let me know where y'all representing from, where y'all coming in from, so I can shout y'all out. Y'all know at the end of the show, it's Thursday Night Vibes, baby. We come to have some fun. Trayvon Diggs, man, I know this sounds a little crazy and may seem weird to a lot of people that work regular jobs and doesn't have the stressful jobs that we have, you know, and I know it sounds diabolical for Trayvon Diggs to miss out on an extra $500,000. But $500,000 is really $300,000 in the NFL world after taxes, right? But y'all don't understand how much mental stress we have to endure playing in the NFL, right? Playing NFL football. And just being in the city we play for, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And, you know, for Trayvon to decide to train elsewhere is a normal thing for players to opt out of OTAs. Usually players opt out of OTAs when they're conquered a new contract. And when you conquer a new contract, that means you've been in the NFL 3+ years, maybe 4 seasons, and that means you're a vet. You're a vet on the team. So when you're a vet on the team, you start feeling yourself and you understand things a little different. And that's what's going on. That's what's going on. But I have a similar situation as well when that Trayvon Diggs is going to. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of this 2-3 Dries. When I was with the Philadelphia Eagles, they use this incentive to try to keep us around the team for whatever reason. Maybe to make sure we're safe and we're not hanging out too much and being wild and getting in trouble. You know what I mean? So I forfeited my $500K, and it basically had the same incentives as Trayvon Diggs. You know, work out 85% of the time on the team, with the team, you know, 85% of the total workouts. And everyone around me was tripping. You know, they was tripping on me hard because they thought I was crazy not to go get the money. But none of them was playing football in the NFL and couldn't relate. You know what I mean? I needed to be home with my family and friends and feel that love, feel that energy, you know, besides from that football energy, all that pressure all the time. So y'all have to understand. I know it sounds crazy. I know it looks weird and diabolical, but hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep that mental strong.
Right. And at first, when I was ready, I was thinking like, man, he probably got a better dollar than Dallas. But then I think about Dallas. Dallas got like the best facilities, man. They got, you know, Jerry Jones got that money, and he spent that money on the facilities. I walked around them. I was like, this is amazing down here in Dallas. So I think Dallas might got a better doctor. So I had to like scratch that off. Like, no, he might not see a better doctor because they say saying he is rehabbing from his knee injury. He just had surgery. And so I thought that was an option at first. Like, man, I got my better doctor over here. But now I'm listening to you saying like sometimes you just need a break. I understand that, man. I understand that.
Well, to be honest with you too, I see this. I see this season as being a disaster for the Cowboys because the players Jerry Jones signed don't fit the team, right? Too many star players expecting new contracts and to be the highest paid at the position. So after the Cowboys have a mediocre season this season, like they always do, got all this hype before the season. After this season don't go as expected, the organization will be forced to start a rebuilding process and letting players go. So that's what Trayvon Diggs come in this situation, you know. Trayvon Diggs, unfortunately, this will be his last season with the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to be a casualty in this rebuilding process, right? And why? Because of, like you mentioned, you know, Trayvon Diggs, he's dealing with a how do I say this? He's dealing with an ongoing injury, or is it the same knee, or maybe a different knee? I don't know, but
That's
he
2
tore
back-to-back surgeries.
yeah, he tore his ACL, and I'm
Mhm.
suspecting it's the same knee he re-injured it, and it's hard to come back and be the same player you were when you are hurt and when you got hurt, right? Kind of like Odell Beckham. When Odell Beckham, man, he was an awesome player. He was headed to be great. He was about to achieve greatness, and then that injury kind of set him back. But at the end of the day, for Trayvon Diggs and this rebuilding process for the Dallas Cowboys, like here it goes. Trayvon Diggs, this is his last season with any guarantees left. And when you don't have any guarantees left, you are somehow become a liability to the team. That's how it goes. So the contract, $97 million says guaranteed signing at signing is $33 million. The additional guarantee is $9 million in 2025, which vets on the 5th day of the 2025 league year. So you got total guarantees of $42 million, but 2025 is the last season with any guarantees. So you got all these high-paid players: Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. You got Barron. What's his name? The cornerback. Deron Bland. Oh yeah. I can't remember the name. Deron Bland coming up. And I think it's a defensive player. So another defensive lineman or something like that. I mean, you got
Michael Parsons. Yeah, he wanted, and he wants to. We all know he wants to be the highest paid. He think he deserves to be the highest paid. So he wants the highest paid, or he ready to go. Honestly,
right,
so right. I think they either got, like you saying, like Trayvon Diggs might be that casualty because make room for Michael Parsons if they really want Michael Parsons, because Michael Parsons and his agent. They say he collects the most highest guaranteed contracts in the NFL. Right. So that his agent not playing.
It's a chance that Trayvon can go out there and ball out and force them to have to renegotiate his contract. There's always a possibility, but the odds are against Trayvon Diggs, in my opinion, because it's hard to come back that same player and be confident when you're playing on turf grass. That turf grass is the worst thing NFL owners could have ever did. You know what I mean? Changing the stadiums from natural grass to turf grass was not to benefit us. It was only to benefit the owners. And that's the problem, Y'all may not see it. Me standing out there on turf grass for 4 hours playing in the football game, it physically drained my body. My knees aching, my back hurts, everything feels worn out, right? And then you're not even thinking about trying to plant and run your fastest and things like that. Me, the way I break on the ball on turf grass, man, it's not good. It's not good for your knees, So, at the end of the day,
that's what most of the injuries happen on turf grass.
On turf grass, man, it's unfortunate, and it's like Reggie Bush keeps speaking up and trying to talk about it. If y'all didn't know, Reggie Bush won a lot of money against the NFL. He brought up a lawsuit because of the turf grass, and I think it was him sliding past the turf grass onto the concrete and slipping and hurting his hip. And he was awarded, I think, over $12 million in damages. So this turf grass stuff, man, is definitely not the thing in the NFL. But what y'all think, man? What are the predictions for the Cowboys? Because it's the Eagles' rule over there, you know what I mean? But
are they making it?
Tell me this. Do you think things are going to work out with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, man?
I mean, I think they're going to get a lot of
personalities can work together.
I think they're going to get a lot of yards together. I think they both going to have over 1,000 yards.
You think so? What y'all think?
I think they both. And I ain't going to say it's going to be like so. Like last week, we talked a little about stats. And one of the stats that Dak always get, man, he gets like 80 yards when it's time to go, but then when the game is over, he throw for 250 when there's no chance. So I think like they gonna get a lot of those yards, man, when they try to like basically pointless yards at the end of the game. And I mean, they both some dogs, honestly. Like they both some nice receivers, and Dak can get them the ball when it don't matter.
PA Trenches say turf grass in the 80s at the Veterans Stadium in Philly was a career killer. I know that's right. I heard a lot of stories about that, man. I heard crazy stories.
That was carpet.
Yeah, man. I heard crazy stories about that. But yeah, man, That's the thing, man. I don't know why. Let me tell y'all the real reason. If y'all don't know or understand why they changed from grass to turf grass, it's the owners being cheap. It's $1 billion industry, $1 billion company. The NFL, the organization, the institution, whatever, is worth billions, right? But it's their job when it's natural grass. Every game, they have to resod this grass and change it out because of all the damage that was done to the grass. So what I heard, it costs $1 million after every game to resod the field and put new grass down. So $1 million times 16, 17 games, that's $16-17 million. That's how cheap the owners being, because they don't want to have to replace that and be responsible for that. That's what it boils down to. That's terrible, you know?
Yeah,
but,
man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully Trayvon Diggs, man, can prove them wrong and go out there and ball out so he can get him a new contract, and they are forced to keep him around, man. So we'll see, man. But when one person is being called out and singled out for not being around, usually that's the issue. That's gonna be their last season.
Right,
you know?
man. Man, if y'all didn't know, man, say what needs to be said has been bouncing around. It's been on a couple of different platforms, a couple of different outlets, and we got some responses from some people. I mean, jumping on some of the subjects, man. And we got your uncle, man, Shannon Sharpe, man. Uncle Shannon Sharpe out here making his comments. How you feel about that, man?
If y'all ain't seen, man, we blew up, man. We blowing up, man. Shout out to my alma supporters. We couldn't do it without y'all, man. We was on NFL Network, ESPN. You know, Coach Prime, man. He lit us up over here. So shout out to Coach Prime. Step Pops, shout out to y'all. Couldn't do it without y'all. Shout out to my day ones, man. Y'all keep grinding with us because we head to the top. We surpassed those 10K followers. We on our way to 20K, then 100K. Then next thing you know, we going to be taking this show to the TV, baby, because they coming for us. Because nobody can talk it like us. But Shannon Sharpe, man, let me tell y'all how weak old granddaddy Shannon Sharpe is. Yes, he is weak. Yes, I come into this media game and I expose the weak ones, right? Like, we understand his superior complex. He has a superior complex. But when he comes for the Mr. Pick Six talking shit, I got that superior complex looking a little weak because that shit don't work over here with me. You know what I mean? Talking about he is done with Asante. He done showing me enough attention already. Now, Shannon Sharpe over there just looking stupid on the nightcap, right? Looking like a fool because all the major networks covered Coach Prime and Asante conversation. But no, Shannon Sharpe over there looking like my little brother because I done sunned him. You know what I mean? He can't deal with me, and Coach Prime done came and blessed the situation. So he over there looking like my little bruh. Now I'm big bruh because he's scared to cover the trending topics, which is Coach Prime and Asante settles the beef. You know what I mean? How crazy is that? I got Shannon Sharpe scared to deal with me. I got him scared to bring my name up. I got Shannon Sharpe scared to bring my name up. You know what I mean?
But we know what he's talking about.
Warned about me. That's the problem. Wasn't warned about the repercussions when he's dealing with the professional shit talking Mr. Pick Six. Because there are repercussions. And the repercussions is I talk that shit, boy. You know what I mean? And now I give Shannon Sharpe permission. I'm going to come out and say it loud and proud. I'm going to give old Shannon Sharpe permission. I'm going to give you permission to speak on Lil Bruh. You know what I mean? I be Lil Bruh. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you the permission. Y'all make sure y'all tag Shannon Sharpe and let him know it's okay to talk about Coach Prime and mention Asante. You know what I mean? But next time you decide to cover a debate, make sure you're vetting both players appropriately, and you don't have these problems next time. You know what I mean? You make sure you vet these players so you recognize their greatness if they achieved greatness. because that's your problem. You didn't want to recognize my greatness. So, Shannon Sharpe, it's all right, man. It's okay to cover the trending topics when Asante Mr. Pick Six Samuels, has to do with it. You know what I mean? 2, 3 trees. You know what I mean?
Man. Listen, you had to say what needed to be said, man.
This is what needs to be said. If I don't say what needs to be said, who is going to say it? You know? But if y'all notice that, man, and I didn't even want to get on the pivot, but I guess since we're here, I'm going to get on Ryan Clark and the pivot. He run his old funny talking, articulating, think he sounds so professional and unique, and man, he sound like a fool when he be up there. He ain't run his butt up there and talk about Coach Prime and Asante did it. But when the debate and it was trending before me and Coach Prime sat down, he ran his butt up there to try to degrade me and make me look foolish. But yeah, look who the joke's on now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
One thing we do know, man, they tuned in, man. They watching, man.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
I'm thinking with old Unc Shannon Sharpe, because you know me. I do this thing 365 days out of the year. And if you want to debate with me, or not even debate, sorry, I used the wrong word. But if you want to talk shit with me, you got to be in shit talking shape. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be in shit talking shape to deal with me, because I'm going to do this for 365 days out of the year. Every day I'm going to be thinking about it. So in order for me not to wake up one morning, Unc Shannon Sharpe says, why the hell is Asante talking about me? Why is everybody at me? Why am I trending? If he wants this to stop, he got 2 options. The first one is, everybody knows, I've been saying it for the longest. He can give Ocho Cinco a public apology for fucking up his bag, messing up old Ocho Cinco bag, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or 2, he could admit that he should have did a better job recognizing my greatness. Now, if that's too complicated for his superior complex, then he'll wake up one day wondering, what did I say about Asante? Why is he talking about me? Because I woke up and I felt like it. You know what I mean? Somebody in the chat say, man, you always talking about goddamn Shannon Sharpe. Man, I wish y'all could have came to practice with me every day. Y'all see that this is what I do. I love to do this. I love to talk shit. I love to get down. I love to have fun. This is fun to me. This is fun and games, man. So to the media people out there, and they the people with the superior complex, when they think they want to talk shit with me, just know you need to be ready to do this every time you step on that mic, because I don't mind. It's entertainment for me.
So you already know with the superior complex that it's never gonna happen. He never gonna say it. So you know that.
Yeah, man, because first of all, he sees that I'm gonna keep going. You don't want to keep waking up hearing somebody every day or once a week talking your name, or just going in on you. Don't want to have to deal with that. Like, he got bigger fish to fry in his eyes, in his superior complex world, right? He got other things that he should be concentrating on. He ain't got time to be concentrating on me. But the thing about it, I'm gonna force you to concentrate on me. That's the one thing about me and my shit talking skills. I'm gonna force you to talk shit with me. And I seen him back in his days, and I seen old Unc Shannon Sharpe talking shit. He was pretty good at it, but I don't think he want these problems. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got to be in shape to do this shit, man. But I love how I can control when and when not old Unc Shannon Sharpe is going to talk about me, because he put his foot in his mouth thinking he should be done talking about Asante. No, Ninja, I ain't going to let him be done. I ain't going to let you be done, boy.
Stay, baby.
I ain't gonna let you be done. I'm gonna force you to talk with me.
It's gonna be all around you. Even if you don't want to see, it's gonna be around you.
You know what I mean? Hey, I need him to pull up in Lauderdale, boy. See where I'm from, where I spent most of my time every day. It's a place called Lauderdale Lakes Park, and it's full of shit talkers. It's full of people talking shit every day. I want to see if he could survive that atmosphere down there in Lauderdale. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's my little me having fun with old Unc Shannon Sharpe, and he's probably gonna wonder why am I talking about him today on Say What Needs to Be Said. Is because I feel like it. It's because I feel like it. You know? Did y'all see me splash the water on my face? Ooh.
You splashed the water on your face that woke you up.
You gotta get y'all.
Yo, you gotta get the bowl of ice, man. Wake you up.
Get you. But while we speaking about superior complexes, right?
Oh man.
You know, it's a thing, and I continue to tell y'all and show y'all that it's the people that achieve success and have a lot of money. They automatically think they have to act a certain way, move a certain way, which to a certain extent you should and things like that. But people let these things get to their head, and most of the people are the ones that were picked on in school, pushed around and things like that. But y'all check this out, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. We're going to talk about this.
Just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid
is anti-Semitic.
Shut up. If you just want me to ignore it.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Shut the up, you bald
Okay, go ahead.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you work for me.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
You work for me.
Sure, you bet. For now,
oh, you
continue.
Don't? For now, quit. I don't care.
Is this show or not a show? Like, is this show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right now.
Yes, I think people should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many mother Jews have to be killed before you stop?
So this is what I mean, guys. If y'all don't know, man, that's Dave Portnoy, the owner, founder, I guess, of Barstool Sports and things like that. I mean, not things like that, but Barstool Sports. Yeah, very accomplished guy, very smart guy, I guess. He's been around in the media world for a long time and achieved a lot of success. And this is what happens when you achieve a lot of success. You hear this, you see what is going on. He is going in on his employees because why? Because they don't agree with him, basically. You know what I mean? And like I say, success and money, man, that's the new drug. That's the new drug people crave, and when that success and money come that we crave, the superior complex people do the wrong stuff with it, man. And the thing, if y'all don't know this guy, Dave Portnoy, he screamed free speech and things like that. He's very what's the word I'm looking for? He's very strong-willed. He's a very strong-willed guy, so he have very strong opinions and things like that. So free speech is one of them. And here he goes, where people can't say jokes because I guess the joke has something to do with his culture and his religion and things like that. Something he feels passionate about. But if it doesn't have anything to do with him and something he's passionate about, it's okay, And life shouldn't be like that. Don't find a boss man that can berate you and scream at you like that. That's wild. What do you think, 2-3 G's?
Man, and to bring up what you and Coach Prime, like y'all had y'all disagreed on something and y'all was able to talk it out like grown men. They disagreed on something. You see the difference of like why y'all conversation was even better. And this is a perfect example of why y'all had a great conversation. I mean, He came and had a regular conversation, and that's what he was saying. Like, we can't talk. That's what we're here for. We could talk it through. You know what I mean? And just for him, just like, well, I'm the boss. Like, that's already a red flag right there. And one thing, like AJ Brown, like I seen AJ Brown say his speech recently, and he was saying like, when you get money, exploit all your weaknesses. Like, if you like love gambling before you have money, when you get money, you're gonna have a problem with gambling. If you love girls before you have money, when you get money, you're gonna love girls. So like you gotta work on yourself before you like achieve all those goals and stuff like that, because all your bad stuff gonna come out when you get that money. And I feel like that's a pure example of like, all the bad stuff he didn't work on himself, like growing to what he did, it just come out. Like just like you said, he probably was a kid, picked on school, never had no power, never had no authority. So now he got as like, I'm the boss. Like
100%.
like why can't you just have a conversation as man to man? And why you gotta be the boss? Why you gotta have the most money? Why you gotta like
Yeah. And you're 100% correct. Like what AJ Brown said, you know, give a person a bunch of money and you know, you see all the negative things in them. I always said that. I always told people that because when I came into money and wealth and things like that, making NFL, I saw a different side of my peers and the people around me and things like that. So it was like, then I had a vision. I was like, you know what? If I went home and I was able to give certain people or just hand out the amount of money that everybody wanted, just say it was just $1 million a piece. And then you would see everyone's true colors. You would really see their true colors, their true intentions, who they really want to be. That's all you have to do, you know? And that's the unfortunate part of life that we have to deal with. People achieve success and tons of money, and they change. They think they're supposed to look down on people, be controlling, be manipulative, you know, and you know, it's just so weird to me because obviously, you know, I come from, you know, the hood or whatever, and I achieve success, money and things like that. But I cannot act like that. It would drive me crazy to act like that. So when I see, you know, these situations where people act like that, man, it's just like, man, that is wild to me. That is wild. That is wild. That is wild, man.
Yeah, I saw Shaq recently say too. He was like, "Man, I don't want to be categorized as a celebrity. Like, I just want to like get my money, give back where I can. You know what I mean, help people like elevate and stuff like that." He's like, "I don't want to be categorized as a celebrity because celebrities don't know how to like treat people." And he good at heart and all. I really just like saw that probably like yesterday or something like that, and it's like kind of falls in line with that what he's saying, what you saying, and all that. So I mean, some people got that good heart. Some people just like they finally get some money and some power, and just they get that syndrome that you refer to.
Yeah, you got to be pure hearted out here. That's my motto. That's the way I move out here, man. I don't have no ill wills. I just have pure intentions for the situations I'm in, you know. And everybody, you know, they always have hidden agendas, and that's their problem. Not too many pure hearted, pure people out here in this world. But Marlon Nicholson says Ryan Clark trying to sound so proper, but he sounding fake as hell. We all know he got that Louisiana in him. Yeah, man. I saw another one said he sound like a college professor. Yeah, that's Ryan Clark. That was the perfect name for Ryan Clark, man. College professor. That's who he sounds like. He wants to be so, he want to articulate so well and use the biggest word in every possible sentence and look like he is all professional and uptight. Ninja, man, get out of here. Nobody want to see that foolishness you got going on, brother.
That man say he from Louisiana, man. We already know what he about.
Hey, Ryan Clark and Shannon Sharpe, they will always be on my hit list. You know why? Because they don't got the heart, and they ain't a man to stand up and apologize like I did with Coach Pine. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's very simple. And all I'm saying is, them two fools ain't want to recognize my greatness. So you gotta pay. You gotta pay. You know?
So what you said what Shannon Sharpe gotta do to get off the hit list? What Ryan Clark gotta do to get off the hit list? What he gotta do?
I don't know. I ain't quite think about Ryan Clark. It's deep with him because every time I see him start talking and he come down my timeline or something, it's just that college professor tone and talk. It just irks me. I want to talk about him every day, but I don't. I hold back. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't gonna have fun with him every day. That'd be a little too much. They can't handle that. They be trying to ban me on Twitter and everything.
Oh man,
but how y'all feel, that. Twitter? I mean, Twitter. I'm talking about Twitter chat. How y'all doing out there? How y'all feel, man? What do y'all think about this Aaron Rodgers situation? Is Aaron Rodgers going to do a good job for the Pittsburgh Steelers, or can he lead them to success? You know what would be funny, Drees?
What's that?
It would be funny and hilarious if Aaron Rodgers gets to the Pittsburgh Steelers this season and they don't go to the playoffs. You know,
I
that
don't
would be
think they are.
hilarious.
I honestly don't think they are. I
And
think
they made it the season before with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and then Aaron Rodgers, the almighty Aaron Rodgers comes, and then you don't make it to the playoffs.
Because think
That
about
would
it,
be very funny,
the
man.
Bengals didn't make it last year. I think the Bengals replaced them.
Yeah, the Bengals definitely can replace them. I don't know if they did enough in the draft and free agency for the defense, defense side of the ball. Offense is lit with Joe Burrows and Higgins and Jamar Chase. They do enough on offense, but they can't stop the run. They're horrible in the pass game. It was so much to fix in one season for the Bengals, but I don't know, man. You can always run the ball and help stabilize those situations, you know. But yeah, they love to throw the ball, like I said. Yeah, if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers and they don't go to the playoffs, they don't make it to the playoffs, that is going to look really, really horrible. That's going to look real bad. You know,
yeah, I'm kind of like excited to see him and Mike Tomlin relationship. I mean, because I feel like Mike Tomlin ain't playing that, and Aaron Rodgers think he could do what he want to do. So that's something like look forward to see how that even mesh. Because I don't see how that mesh, honestly.
Week 8, I said it. By week 8, you're gonna see the true character come out. You're gonna see him starting to divide and conquer. All the weird stuff. You're gonna see him pop up on the Joe Rogan show. You're gonna see him pop up on Pat McAfee. You're gonna see him saying all type of weird things that have subliminal messages and all type of stuff. And it's just gonna be like, bro, we just want to see you throw a football and win games. That's all we want to do. And why did you make that so difficult for everybody that want to see what we saw your first 4, 5, 6 years in the NFL? Why is that so difficult? You know, why is that so difficult?
That's a 4-time MVP, but if you watch him today, you'll never guess.
You never guess. It's like I say, being a veteran, and the older you get stuck in your ways. And he's 41 years old. Tell him he's gonna be 42, and he probably walks into practice with a cup of coffee every day. He probably has a book he's reading. You know, he's doing older men type stuff, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. I wish I would have did that stuff at a young age, but he's doing older men type things. Them young boys can't relate to that stuff. They're gonna be looking at me like, "Why are you drinking the damn coffee? what the hell you got? You know, come hang out, come listen to this music, come play some cards and dominoes." And you know, it's just going to be something that's going to be hard to be relatable to, man. So,
man, I want to jump to something real quick, right? So, Madden, they released their cover this week. They also released a trailer for the game. They had the realistic effects. They had they shown when you play in the rain and the snow how the game works. And they actually had a clip from last year where it showed Cam Curl from the Rams getting juked by Saquon in the snow. And then it looked realistic because it showed the real play. Then it showed the gameplay, and it showed how realistic the game going to be. And Karen Curl saw that, was like, "I'm not playing Madden this year." On some that's he tweeted it out I'm not playing Madden this year because that trailer came out. I just think that was funny, and I just want to ask you, is that embarrassing seeing yourself getting juked on a Madden trailer, or even being a cover getting jumped over?
100%, man, 100%. Like I said, man, y'all heard me talk about. I don't know if you said speaking with Coach Prime. You know, I had coaches that really never played the position or played football, trying to make me do a technique that had never been done. You know, and what I said, if I do this technique, I'm gonna be on ESPN, and they're gonna be talking about you know, and that could have possibly be me on the cover. And no, you don't want that embarrassment. That thing is in the history books. Being on a trailer, on a cover, that is the most embarrassing thing you can have as a competitive, as a competitor in the NFL. But
man, so you telling me you're not gonna be excited? That's me on the cover.
Nah, I mean, you'll probably show your close people, y'all laugh about it and stuff like that. But if they start pointing you out in public, bro, that's you on the trailer. We seen you get juked in the snow, bro. They made the trailer. No. But that's all we got for tonight, man. Little quick vibes. I had to jump on here we had to jump on here and talk about this Aaron Rodgers situation and Trayvon Diggs turning down $500K. I know it looks a little diabolical, like
But
the
you feel
word
it.
I keep using, but it's not. It's kind of normal. It's usual. $500K is pocket change to them folks out there in the NFL. All this big money they make nowadays, you know. So you got anything to close out with, Drees? You good? 2, 3?
Yes, sir. I'm good.
So let's say what needs to be said, man. Thursday night vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Pick 6. It's 2,
3 Drees in the building.
2, 3 G's in the building. And see y'all next time. We out.